Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to the No Maestro Game Production, and as you can tell from the league table behind me, things have been going rather well. Now, above me you might have noticed Mora and Gaetano do have a couple of knocks between them, but besides that, the results have been going pretty much according to plan. So, since last episode, we have of course played quite a few games. We had that nice win in the Cup against Portsmouth and the draw in the last episode, but then we went and versed Arsenal. Now, as expected, we lost 2-0 to Arsenal. We then went and played against Norwich. Nice comfortable 1-0 home victory. Mora smashing it into the top hand left-hand side of the goal, I believe in that one. We then had an interesting away tie at Southampton. Now, as you can see, Lorenzo went and got himself sent off. That meant Egeria had to be taken off so we could have 4 defenders. We played without central attacking mid and somehow managed to pull 3 goals back. David getting us off to a nice start, and then Haaland killing the game on the 87th and 88th minute. Then we went and had a home game against Manchester City. As you can see, it was a fun one. So, we had Milik starting it off for Manchester. Oh, sorry, no. Musa kicked off for us, making it 1-0 to us. Milik scored on the 35th and 36th. We then brought it back through Egeria. We then went and took the lead with Guimarães. Now, he scored a fantastic goal. In fact, I will show you, fine folks, this goal from Guimarães, which was unfortunately then equalised by Foden. We then went with Haaland and took the lead, but they went and stole it back as a draw through Aguero at the end. But as you can see, that Guimarães goal, quite a nice little goal indeed. But that was the Manchester City game. Now, rather disappointing that we didn't manage to hold on to a victory, but a televised 4-4 draw against Manchester City. Can't really complain with that one now, can we? We then had a ball draw. Unfortunately, against Fulham at Craven Cottage. As you can see, no one really stepped up. And yeah, rather disappointing in terms of that specific result. We then played Bournemouth. Now, this was a comfortable 3-1 home victory. Mora smashing one in. We then had Katic making it 2-1. Alvarado. Yes, Alvarado. He managed to make it an interesting game, making it 2-1, but Musa decided to kill off the game in the 83rd minute. Now, as you can see, Mora took a knock in that one, although one of the goal scorers. So, although he has been in rather good goal scoring form, he won't be scoring any goals for a while. So, as you can see, that means Mora is out and Gaetano is currently out. Mora is out for 6 days to 2 weeks with his pulled ankle ligament. We then have the Gaetano injury. Now, the broken toe, he has 1 to 3 days left on that one. So don't expect Gaetano against Middlesbrough. I might use him in the Manchester United game. If not, he will be back for the Bayern 04 game, which we shall be doing in the next episode because I don't want to skip over that cup game. So in the next one, we shall do a Bayern and Brighton. But for now, let's head on over to the Riverside. Okay, ladies and gents, we are finally here at the Riverside, which is, of course, very usefully placed at the Riverside. So without further ado, let's go through that useless gate just behind me and get on with today's game. Okay, ladies and gents, it is finally kick-off time here at the Riverside Stadium for, of course, our FA Cup 5th round match. And weirdly, we have not beaten Middlesbrough since the start of this series. In fact, we are 0-2. So today we are going to be looking to change that with our 4-2-3-1 going up against their 4-2-3-1, and our lineup to do that will be Butland in goal. We have Selic at left back, Katic and Pavlovic in central defence, Lorenzo on the right. We have Dragomir and Palacios in central midfield, Musa on the left, David is covering on the right-hand side for Mora. Algeria is, of course, in central attacking mid, and Haaland is up front on his own. We then have Pereira on the bench, Berk on the bench, Guimarães, Navarro, Pearson, Gaetano. He still has a bit of a knock, but he's there just in case we need to swap off Algeria for some reason. And Guindo, our Belgium, I believe, youngster who we acquired from Manchester City, who we've not really gave much of a run out because of Haaland. And Haaland is much superior, although he was cheaper. So, Carlos thinks we should tell the team they're expected to pick up where they left off. They are indeed, assertively. We should be winning this one fairly... Actually, is there a revenge one? There should be a revenge one, surely. Go out there, go out there, carry on where you finished last match. I'm surprised there isn't a revenge one, considering we haven't beat them. And like I said, we have that 0-2 record against Middlesbrough. But I guess they don't want revenge from like 2 seasons back when we actually played them. I guess that is not an option. But we are going to demand more because we are 20 minutes in and we have yet to see anything. We want to see some action, lads. Get off to a flying start. And Algeria is looking to do that. Plays it back to Selic. Selic whips one in. Haaland. Oh, the header. Slides over the top of the netting. And it is out for a goal kick. But we are rather 50-50 on the possession right now. 51 to their 49. We have been dominating on the shots a little bit. But they have actually had more on target than we have. Interesting. And Palacios has just got injured with one of their several fouls that they've done so far. Great. So Pearson shall come on for Palacios. That's not good if that's going to be a long-term one, which considering it meant he went straight off, looks like he might be out for a while. But it is 0-0 here at the Riverside going into half-time. Our best performer was the injured Palacios. He had a 6.9 and a 69% passing completion ratio. Their best performer was Searle, the goalkeeper. He saved 3 and held them. 6.9. Marge Man, the Margarine Man, otherwise known as Long Tall Blue-Haired Man, who thinks he's from The Simpsons. He got a 6.4 for them and is their struggling performer. Musa is our struggling performer. He has a 6.4 and has had 2 mistakes. So, Carlos thinks you should tell the boys, do it for the fans. Now, Carlos, I know we are still up in the northeast, but Middlesbrough is not Hull. I will remind you of that. No, I'm not happy with performance. Get out there. Don't make me kick you up the backside, literally. I do not feel I should have to do that, lads. Go out there and do as expected. Pavlovic trying to do that, plays it up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo now to David on this right-hand side. Lorenzo's making a nice run, plays it back to Pearson. Will he play it back out to the wing or go through the centre? Tries one over the top to Musa. It has landed. Musa with a screamer. Come on, Musa. Musa, of course, struggling in that first half, but does not seem to be struggling in this second. That is his 8th goal of the season, assisted by Ben Pearson. And it was a lovely one indeed. Smacks it from outside of the area. Now, their goalkeeper, arguably, probably should have done a little better. It wasn't placed right in the corner, but it was definitely a screamer. And they are in possession. It looks like Middlesbrough are looking to strike back through Cash on this right-hand side. Selic making a lovely tackle, though. Almost runs it out for a corner. Gets the ball back, though. Plays it up to Musa. Musa plays it to Pearson. Pearson to Algeria. Back to Pearson once more. Tries another ball over the top. It is with Haaland. Haaland holds it up. Gives it away to Cash, though. Trying to get it to Dragomir. And he's ran past one. And he's played it through. And Middlesbrough have equalised. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Not the way to concede a goal. Haaland giving them the ball. Not good at all. So, we are looking to fight back into this once more. Haaland has made a rather comfortable game a little more uncomfortable. Dragomir plays it back to Katic. Katic Didn't realise he was on a yellow card. Probably should substitute him. Pavlovic up to David. He has Lorenzo on the wing if he needs. Plays it to Pearson though. Tries it over to Musa on the opposite side. Musa, nice ball in, and he goes for goal. Wow. I thought he would have crossed it to Haaland. It seemed to have caught the goalkeeper off for a second there too. Palming it and nearly giving Haaland a tap in. But we are unfortunately in the circumstance of not having the victory so far. So you know what, Haaland, you're going off. You've not performed as expected. So you shall go off. Guindo shall come on. Mace Guindo, in fact. Berk on for Katic, and that will be our substitutions. Hopefully we aren't unlucky enough to get 2 injuries in the same game. But who knows? It's Middlesbrough. They're very much like dirty Leeds. They like to injure players. No, a little bit harsh. Middlesbrough, you're not as bad as Leeds. No one's as bad as Leeds. So, it is Middlesbrough now coming down this left-hand side. Jerry can't get it though. Bowler plays it to the Margeman. Margeman to a guy I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. And of course, Matt Cash. Matt Cash. Of all the players, Matty Cash. Always like a rash. Just doesn't go away. And we are going to tell the lads to show some passion. Because this is rather pathetic. If I do say so myself, we should not be losing to Middlesbrough. Especially after I actually turned down a job joining Jared Bowen at West Ham. I refused to go join them. I decided to stay here, and this is how the lads repay me. I do not appreciate it. Carlos thinks we should tell them it was disappointing, and I am indeed. That was not good enough. We should be winning games against Middlesbrough. And it's not going to get any easier in today's episode. Because as you can see, our next game against Manchester United is second in the table. And they will be hoping to beat us and try and leapfrog even Liverpool. So, Hull in disappointing collapse. Palacios is out for 3 to 6 weeks with a twisted ankle. Yikes. Leave him to the physio. Mowbray delighted to prove everyone wrong. Akpan spotted at Riverside. The Nigerian boss is looking at Egeria and Musa. Now Musa performed. I'm not so sure about Egeria in that one though. So without further ado, I will see you fine folks for the second game at Old Trafford in just a second. Okay everyone, it is nearly kick-off time here in the greatest stadium on earth, Old Trafford. Now, I might have a little bit of a bias in that, but without further ado, let's head on down to pitch side and get this game kicked off. Okay everyone, it is kick-off time here at Old Trafford, and weirdly, we have a slightly better record against Manchester United than we did Middlesbrough. So we are currently 2-2-3 against Manchester United as a record so far. So let's make that 3-2-3 after today's game. But our team to do that will be Butland in goal, Guimarães at left back, Katic, Pavlovic in central defence, Selic on the right hand side of defence. That is because Lorenzo is actually suspended for today's game. We then have Dragomir alongside Pearson. Of course, Pearson is filling in for the injured Palacios. We then have Musa on the left hand side, David on the right covering for Mora. Now, Mora I could have probably forced in, but he's still got a little bit of a knock. And Gaetano has just come back from his broken toe, of course. We then have Haaland up front on his own. Our bench consists of Pereira, Burke, Sutar, Navarro, Batty, Egeria and Guindo. So without further ado, let's go see what Carlos thinks about today's game. So Carlos thinks we should tell the team they're expected to prove a point today. Not sure exactly what the point is, but I do have one thing I need to prove, and our mentality is not going to be positive for this game. If positive did not work against Middlesbrough, it sure as heck isn't going to work away to Manchester United. So tell the team they're expected to prove a point. Assertively, Manchester United are... yeah, that's not going to help. We own Manchester... yeah, go out and get revenge, lads. Go out, get revenge. Sweet, sweet revenge. So, Manchester United. Its recent good run has them second in the Premier League form table. as the actual table too. How much of a threat do they pose? Well, they pose a large threat. They're a threat, but so are we. Georgia, I wish you'd really stop following me around asking me silly questions. But you're 5th in the Premier League form table. Well, I wish I was 5th in the actual Premier League. But after a good run, how does that help you ahead of kickoff? As you said, they are 2nd in the form table, as being 5th isn't really much of a statistic. So, momentum is so important in football. So, Milan has reigned supreme at the back for Manchester United recently. How do you throw him off his game? We don't. The lads have looked sharp in training. Rashford has been banging in the goals so far. How do you plan to stop him? Break his legs. He's a fine player, but we have fine players too. And break his legs. Hopefully we go in and break his legs. England Premier League, we are the only game. That is rather disappointing. I was hoping there'd be some other Premier League matches going on today. Looks like we're going to fall a game behind the likes of Bournemouth, who, if we don't win today, which is very likely, may leapfrog us and send us back down to 7th. But I don't see any teams who can knock us out of the European spots. So that is at least some good news. And Manchester United, early start. Already a goal up through Rashford. And we are going to tell the lads to show some caution. Yes, we are away at Manchester United. Yes, we should probably lose. But no, we are not going down without a fight. I cannot take that. Musa, though, plays it out to Guimaraes. Guimaraes gets past Bailey, not Bailey J. Pearson tries to get it over, but Guga gets it, plays it to Bailey. Bailey to Pogba. Pogba weirdly still here at Manchester United. We have Skriniar playing it up to Bailey J once more. Manchester United holding possession. Not now, though. Musa has dispossessed him, and he's on the counter-attack. No, he's not. Musa is going to just take the ball and try and pass it back to someone in the crowd. Apparently someone really wanted a match day ball in the crowd, and he tried giving them one, because that was definitely not an attempt on goal. But we have Dele. I only assume that's Dele Alli playing it across to Pogba. Pogba has played it to Aura, to Guga. Guga has just smashed it in. Guga gaga. Yikes. It is going rough, lads and ladies, of course. It is going very rough. Show some passion. Show some passion, Gaetano. Don't you get frustrated at me. Otherwise, I shall take you off. I will play Algeria. At least Algeria will show me passion. Bailey, though, to Guga. Guga whips one in, and Dele has just made it free. And it is Dele Alli. That is his 8th goal of the season. And we are 3-0 down at half-time. It's looking like a painful episode, folks. Now, as you all may remember, I did expect this one to be painful, but I definitely didn't expect the result before this one. And I didn't expect this one to be as bad as it is. But that was absolutely terrible. I shall throw my telephone at you. And the yellow pages too. Dragomir to Selic. Selic whips one in. Haaland. Come on, Haaland. At least that man has a bit of passion. Nods it in. Looks like the ref's going to disallow it though, because the ref is an evil man who can't even let Haaland have a goal. Can't we at least have the pity goal, ref? Come on. Show a bit of heart. After all, look, they have Harry Maguire playing in central defence. Harry Maguire should still be at Hull, and then he could be here with Jared Bowen. Just imagine. Or Robertson at left back. We could have Robertson here, have Harry Maguire here, up here have Jared Bowen. Would be lovely. But no. None of the three are here, and it is a terrible thing. But that is enough reminiscing about legendary players of the past. We are going to take Haaland off, because he has been rather pathetic today. Algeria is coming on for Gaetano, because Gaetano is doing my head in. We then have Pearson, who is struggling. Now, Pearson, I guess you can go off for Navarro, and that is that. That is our triple substitution for today's game. And it's probably not going to make a whole lot of difference, but it makes me feel a little bit better about this situation. And at least demanding a bit more of these players hasn't gone down too badly. Definitely didn't go down as badly as it did with Gaetano earlier in the game. At least we are sticking to a 3-0 loss though. Would have been terrible if they went and made it like 5, but I will take a 3 or 4-0. And it looks like Dele Alli has been called over. Not getting a card though, because apparently you can't give a yellow card to Dele Alli. But the player of match of course goes to Gugu Gaga, or just Guga, as he is normally referred to. He got a 9 rating, 1 goal and 2 assists. Not bad for a right back. But Manchester United win this one 3-0 there. 23 shots, we had 7, 15 on target, we had 3, 7 fouls to our 18, 1 yellow card to our 2, 52% possession to our 48. Guga was their best performer, as I stated. He had 2 assists and a 9 rating. Jack Butland was our best performer with a 7.1, 14 shots saved and 3 conceded. Don't know how he got the best rating on our team. Struggling to perform was Moise Keane. He had 3 passes completed and a 6.6 for Manchester United. Jonathan David for us had a 6, 0% crossing completion ratio. Now there is a lot of milestones. I am not going to go through all of those, but feel free to read through those if you wish. So, Carlos thinks you should tell the boys their efforts were excellent. I don't think he was watching the same games as you or I, because that was definitely not excellent in any way. As you can see by the ratings, rather pathetic. I'm far from pleased with what I saw. I am not a soft touch like Carlos. Yes, I do feel a little bad having a go at them for losing to Manchester United away, but in the manner we lost, we didn't really put up a fight, and I can't feel too bad for having a go at them for that. But like I previously mentioned, we shall be coming back for this Bayern Munich Euro Cup game, which hopefully will go a little bit better than the FA Cup and the Premier League did. Now, as you can see, we are odds-on favourites, perhaps because we are at home. Perhaps it might be because Bayern is really struggling. Yes, they are 7th in Bundesliga. So they are pretty much same position as we are. Yes, we are up in 6th. Premier League, slightly stronger league than the Bundesliga. So that seems a reasonable thing for them to do in terms of the odds, I suppose. And we will play that alongside Brighton. So double home fixture. We're going to be having no travelling to nice stadiums around the league, unfortunately, in the next episode. But I'm sure we will catch up on one of them further down here. Probably at Wolverhampton, go Wolves, West Ham, then Huddersfield, Everton for the end of the season. But who knows? Maybe we'll get through in the Euro Cup and we have some more games in between. But until the next episode, I hope you have a lovely night. I hope you have a lovely day tomorrow. And I hope to see you on Thursday. Goodbye.